Om
Om
Vakrtundamahakaya Suryakotisamabprabha Nirvignam Kuru me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir me Sada
Guru Brahma
Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gururdevo Maheshwaraha Guru
Guru
Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu
Sahana
Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तमा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तः शान्तः शान्तिः ॐ श्रीपरमात्मने नमः
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha
अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः
Atha Chaturtho Dhyayaha
श्रीभगवानुवाच
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
श्लोक नंबर 19 यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः
Yasya Sarve Samarambhaha
कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः
Kama Sankalpa Varjitaha
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम्
Jnanagni Takta Karmanam
तमाहुः पण्डितम् बुधाः
Tamahuh Panditham Buddhaha
यस्य ज्ञानिनः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः सम्यक् आरम्भाः all the undertakings of whom which is free from kama and sankalpa. The undertaking, the activities involve series of action. So this action is burnt by the fire of knowledge. Whose actions are burned by the fire of knowledge, that person is called Pandita, Panditaha, Panditaha iti, Panditam iti Buddhaha. Agu. Okay, that is the shloka we are seeing. So last class we saw that is karma never returns for the wise person. Jnani, wise person, doesn't do karma. Anymore doesn't do karma. Previously, before becoming a jnani, he was doing karma because ahankara was there, therefore kartrutva abhimana, therefore karta bhavati, bhokta bhavati. But after jnanam, this discovers aham atma akarta iti. Therefore, karma, whatever he had done in this janma as well as in the previous janma, all the sanchita karma, all those karma which are stored now, it to be fructified. They are burnt, and therefore the karma phala, which is the nimitta for punarjanma, is destroyed. Sanchita karma is destroyed. And karma, whatever he does now, that also, katratam being not there, therefore karma phala will not accrue to that person. So once the karma is destroyed, the karma return back, no, destroyed is destroyed. Like the roasted seed, example, the shtanta we saw. The roasted seed will not sprout. Similarly, the karma which are burned by the jnanam will never come again. So those karma will remain unclaimed because jnani doesn't have kartrutvam, therefore being akarta, abhokta, therefore the karma pala also being there is no claimant, so it will get destroyed. Nashyati. Whatever karma which has already been started, this the karma which is responsible for this janma, that will go as long that is active. Prarabdha. It's called prarabdha karma. Prakarshena arabdha. The karma which has already been initiated, that will last as long as the momentum is there. Okay, now the next topic. Atma is not created. We are talking about anadi. So ajnanam is anadi. So we are discussing ajnanam is anadi. We cannot ask when ajnanam started. It is anadi. So only Atma is also anadi. Ajnanam is anadi. Then what about Atma? How can be Atma be adi? Ajnanam itself is anadi. We cannot ask when ajnana started. It is there, but it has an end. It is santaha. Ajnanam is anadihi, but it is santaha. It has an end. Whereas Atma is anadihi, it is anantaha, no end. Because it is not something created. Consciousness is also something not created. Therefore, consciousness being Atma, the Lord did not create Atma, the self. He created only the objects, the loka, the 14 lokas. He created only those objects that we call bodies, along with various other forms. And this he did according to laws. The objects, he created objects in the loka, the world, 14 lokas, according to the laws, according to the laws, that is, according to the karma pala of the jiva. They were created, the bodies were created, objects were created. What we call creation is only for the jiva, where the jiva in who in reality is none other than Atma is not created. So Upadhi is created. Srishti, therefore, Srishti is only Upadhi. Upadhi is Srishti. So Atma is not Srishtam. If Atma is Srishtam, then Atma becomes Adihi. Only Upadhi is created. Only the body, sense organs, the Shariramana Sangata is created. In the creation, there is one thing that is not created, that is the consciousness, that is Atma. So it is ever, if it is ever there, therefore not created. Everything else which we call creation has been created due to Jiva's karma alone, because of the karma of Jiva, Samashti, Jiva karma, that is the nimitta for the Srishti, Jagat. The worlds, the 14 lokas are created in keeping with the karma pala of the Jivas. 14 lokas, which includes Swarga Loka, Pitru Loka, etc. Those are also lokas, the fields of experience, where the Jiva goes and experiences Sukham, Dukkham. Only those lokas are meant for anubhava, for enjoyment, not for doing karma and earning punya papa. Those are bhoga lokas. Only in bhuloka, in manushya loka only karma is done, karma can be done, and punya papa can be earned. That is why it's called karma kshetra. Now, and why this karma? Because the jiva is a karta. Why is the jiva a karta? Because of ajnanam, ignorance is a karta. When did this ignorance begin? Ignorance is anadi, meaning it has no beginning whatsoever. From the standpoint of jiva, there is an account, a karma pala or punya papa account. So ignorance being anadi, and because of ajnanam, jiva is karta, and jiva is, because he is karta, therefore karma is there. So what is the cause of karma? Kartat abhimanam. And why jiva is karta? Because ajnana. So ajnanam is the cause. And when did it start? We cannot ask when it started. When it started, because it is anadi, but it has an end. So jiva who has got a huge punya papa account, from that certain karma pala fructifies in the form of prarabdha, and therefore this janma marana samsara cycle continues. This karma pala has been gathered by Jiva over countless number of janmas, births, whose beginning cannot be established. When did it start? We cannot say. It's a cycle. Jiva is caught in the cycle. Therefore, countless, infinite. These births can also be considered to be infinite number. And in this infinite number of births, in different periods of time, an infinite number of karmas have been collected. So many karmas the Jiva would have done. All those karma is in his account, Punya Papa account. Being so numerous, these karmas cannot fulfill themselves in one physical body at a given time and place. Not possible. Because karma gathered through so many janmas. How can it be fulfilled in one physical body at a time, at a given place and time? Not possible. Only one set of karmas can be exhausted in a given incarnation, given janma. So thus this, in this particular incarnation, I can exhaust a set of karmas and the rest in my account for future incarnation. Not only you exhaust, you earn also. So there is deletion as well as addition of karmas. Karmas are exhausted and new karmas are earned. Papam or punyam, whatever it may be. Some of the karmas in this set can be exhausted only when you are born in India, and others can be exhausted only when you happen to be in USA, or when you happen to be in Saudi Arabia. So, therefore, in keeping the karma, the jivas are born in different places, different countries, as different beings also, and different lokas. Term deposit karmas. Even though this particular set of karmas is being exhausted in a given incarnation, there are still infinite karmas in your account waiting to be exhausted. It's called sanchita. These term deposit karmas are called sanchita. It is waiting for the next janma. The karma that cannot be exhausted in this particular body, they are sanchita. Samyak chita. Chi means to collect. Samyak chita, well collected. Therefore, it is sanchita karma, stored up karma. From the stored up karma, a portion of karma will fructify the next janma. All karmas cannot be exhausted simultaneously. It is not possible because it requires different upadhi, different loka, different sense organs, different fields of experience. Therefore, not possible. So, certain karmas only certain janma, and it doesn't stop there. And new karmas are being added also. Also, while exhausting karma in this incarnation, I gather new karmas as long as I enjoy the status of doership, kartrutva. These are called kriyamana karma or agami karma. New karma which is done, which is added, which can be either exhausted in the janma or will be added to the sanchita if not exhausted in this janma. They are called kriyamana karma, agami karma, the karma that is gathered now in this lifetime. Agami karma means futuristic karma. You get a new punya papa because you have a free will, you enjoy a free will, and these new karmas will join the others that have accumulated in your account. So this karma either will give karma pala in this janma, depending on the karma, or it will be added to your account. Term deposits. Because all the punya papa that you have gathered is lodged in one general account, you cannot say this life is due to your immediate past. You cannot say. There may be connection or there may not be. You cannot say immediately. You cannot say this is because of the immediate past. The most you can say that it is due to the past. General past, not immediate past. You cannot say for sure. Punya papa is all credited to this general account from which certain karmas precipitate, is taken out, and from there again another set of karmas precipitate. Therefore, a particular incarnation can be the result of the karmas collected in the previous janmas, previous birth, plus those you collected from 1,000 births previously. So many karmas are waiting. So, from the previous janma as well as from the other janmas. How, in what order, what manner collects, that we cannot say. It is Ishvara only knows. Since all types of karma can join together and create a new birth, but choices are plenty. So there are different choice of getting different janma. All the possibilities are there. From being born as Ramiba to the dinosaur, all the possibilities are there. In this way, then any of them can join together, giving you another lease. The set of karmas that began to fructify from the moment this physical body was conceived is called prarabdha karma. The karma which initiated this janma is called prarabdha. Karma that has already begun. Arabdha, samyak arabdha. The shloka also arabdha is yasya sarve samarambhaha, samyak arambhaha, arambha. The karma which has already been started. These then are three types of karma: sanchita, agami, prarabdha. These three are generally referred to as karma. Now, the knowledge, how does it destroy? We have seen in Tattva Bodha, and here also it said, knowledge destroys all karmas. For the person who is able to recognize the self, the Atma as a karta, there is no longer doership, kartrutvam. When kartrutvam is not there, karma standing in his account are also not there. And since there is no kartrutvam, all the karma standing in his or her account are named, are burnt up, dagda, by the fire of knowledge. Jnana agni dagda karmanaha. Whereas if this knowledge is not there, there is no end to the number of births and gathering of karma. This is why samsara is said to be limitless, endless samsara. Thus, there is only one way out to come out from this samsara is by the fire of knowledge that destroys all the karmas. They are all destroyed because there is no karta. All the sanchita karma standing in the general account. Any agami karma that he or she reaps in this life or all totally destroyed. Punya papa will no longer come to the person because there is no kartrutvam in terms of knowledge. Therefore, he or she is called jnana karma. Pratama Vyakti Ekavachana. Person is called jnana karma. From the standpoint of Atma, one is free of prarabdha also, prarabdha karma also. Because kartrutva not there, therefore the person is free of prarabdha. But prarabdha is there, we can say, only from the point of view of the physical body, mind, and senses. From the standpoint of the upadhi, there is karma, but from the standpoint of Atma, there is no karma. That's why, from the standpoint of the onlookers, the jnani is said to be doing karma, but really he doesn't do karma. Because the person is still here, still seen, we say there is prarabdha karma. The person is alive because of prarabdha karma, active because of prarabdha karma. But we cannot say that Atma is suffering due to prarabdha. The suffering of a jnani is due to prarabdha. But jnani is Atma, but Atma is not the jnani. Upadhi only suffers, jnani doesn't suffer. Jnani Upadhi only suffers, but jnani doesn't suffer. The person has destroyed all karmas by the fire of knowledge and therefore is called Panditaha, wise. He or she is now a person called Jivan Muktaha. Jivan eva Muktaha, while living is free. The Jivan means while living. The word Mukta means liberated. Therefore, the person is liberated right now while living. So, therefore, he need not wait for freedom after death. Therefore, he or she is called a Jivan Muktaha. The Jnani and the Karma. Given this understanding, then a Jnani can be defined in terms of whether or not he or she performs karma. It all depends on the person's prarabdha. Can you define a jnani in terms of whether she performs a karma, he or she performs, whether he performs he or she? No, it depends on the person's prarabdha. Because based on his or her prarabdha, a jnani has to undergo certain experiences. This is why you will find varieties of jnanis. There may be grasta jnani, they are married, people with the children, there may be also doing business or ruling a country like Janakadayaha, and jnani can be doing anything or give up everything and take to the life of sannyasa. That is also possible. As long as a jnani is a grihastha, there are karmas to be done. He cannot simply say, I'm a jnani and avoid what he has to do. Because he has not taken to sannyasa ashrama, therefore he has to do karma. He has to continue to do the rituals that grihasthas enjoined to do. Even though it doesn't have kartrutvam because he has knowledge of Atma, therefore, even though he doesn't have kartrutvam, but still he has to do karma because he is in grihastha ashrama. In grihastha ashrama, he cannot violate the laws the rules of the Grihastha ashrama. The karmas which are enjoined by the Veda that as a Grihastha is supposed to do. But while doing, does he earn new karma? No. New karma pala? No. Even though the jnani performed these rituals, it is not karma because the person knows the Atma to be a karta. Therefore, this is what we say, jnanagni dagda karmanaha. The person is jnanagni dagda karmanaha. He knows Atma to be a karta. Therefore, no karma pala attaches to the person. At the same time, a jnani doesn't want to. Another reason why he does karma. He doesn't want to set a wrong example for the people. Sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanavartate visa. Third chapter. Whatever jnani does, the people follow. Therefore, he doesn't want to set a wrong example for the people. And so, a grihastha, as a grihastha jnani, he or she will perform karma. Not as a person knows anything by doing it. Neither he gains, nor he loses. So, therefore, the jnani is free in doing. Therefore, the jnani performing karma is not a problem. For the jnani, there is no kama asankalpa, kama sankalpa vajitaha. Sankalpa not there, will is not there, kama also not there. Therefore, no will-based karmas. He or she doesn't say, I'm going to accomplish this so that I can be that. Because he's already is Krishna Krita, accomplish everything to be accomplished. So therefore, he doesn't say. Therefore, the person may do anything, can do anything, not for fulfillment. He's already fulfilled, recognize his fullness. Therefore, he or she may act out the drama. So that's why it becomes a leela for him. It's a game, it's a drama, the play, the role, and play it well. Or the person may see the drama and its roles as useless, naturally so, because there is uselessness there, undertake to sannyasa. Even as a sannyasi, the person may or may not do karma. He or she may or may not teach. Not all sannyasis should teach. It is his choice. Not all jnanis have, or jnanis also teach. Some teach, some may not teach. Sannyasi may be a Mauni Baba. There are so many Mauni Babas and not teach. He or she may teach also. A sannyasi teaches, the teaching may be done in simple manner or in a highly organized manner. It all depends on the prarabdha of the sannyasi. And those sannyasis who have taken sannyasa lifestyle for the sake of gaining the knowledge have only one role to play. They are completely free from all obligations except those attached to the role as a student. And then when a mumukshu gains jnanam, he or she will continue to live a life of sannyasa. Atma is one and the same, but because of prarabdha, there are many kinds of jnanis. So, more of which we shall see in the next few shlokas. So, Atma is same. So, jnanis are different, not because of the Atma. It is not because of it is because of the prarabdha. So, there is no difference in the jnanam. Jnana avastha. In jnanam, there is no difference. In jnanam, they're all same, but because of the prarabdha, because of the karma, they may do different things. They may do, some may teach, some may just be a wandering monk, some may just sit simply, quietly, not doing anything. So there is no rule. Vidhi Nishedha is not there for a jnani. Ko vidhi, ko nishedha. What is the vidhi? What is the nishedha? What are do's for the jnani? What are don'ts for the jnani? It's above all this. So because of prarabdha, there are many kinds of jnanis. Now the next shloka. Therefore, the shloka says, the activity is undertaken by a jnani. If a jnani does action, it's not bound by the action and the result of the action. That is the meaning of the previous shloka. Now the next shloka, let us read. Here, jnani doing karma is talked about. His karma doesn't change the jnanam of the person, doesn't have any impact on the The jnanam of the jnana. Because of prarabdha, he does karma. Because he does karma, therefore one should not think that he performs karma for fulfillment, self-fulfillment. It's already fulfilled. Therefore, being accomplished a person, doing karma not for the sake of fulfilling their inadequacy. That because there is no inadequacy, Jnani doesn't have inadequacy. He is Purnaha. Then why does he do? It is in keeping with his prarabdha. Or he has some sankalpa wanting to do loka sangraha artham. So therefore he does karma. Not for gaining anything, any particular result. The karmas are non-binding. Being free, he does karma. Therefore there is no karma, only akarma. Karmani akarmaha. Karmani akarma, not akarma. Karmani akarma yaha pashyet. Okay, that is the meaning. So that discussion starts from there only. Karmani akarmaya pashyet. Akarmani cha karmayaha. Now the next shloka we will read 20. As I said, all these shlokas are important shlokas to be memorized. Let us read the next one. Tyaktva karma pala sangam.
Yattva karmaphala sangam
Nityatripto nirashrayah.
yatrutto nirashayah
Karmanyapi pravrittopi.
karmanyadhi
Naiva kinchit karoti saha.
na kinchit karoti saha.
Karma palam tyaktva. Karma karoti. Karma namam karmani limpanti. Name karma pales praga we saw before. Bhagavan said. Yaha mam abhijanati. Karma bihi nasa badhyate. Say. Yeah. Tyaktva karma pala sangam. Tyaktva is giving up. Jnanena tyaktva. Giving up means karma pala asangam. Doing karma at the same time giving up the karma pala. That's possible only by jnana. So karma pala asangam, attachment to the karma pala, longing for the desire, longing for the longing for the results of the action. So karma pala asanga, sanga, tyaktva, giving up, jnanena. Is why? Because he is nitya triptaha. Karma and karma pala cannot fulfill the jnani because it is already full. Therefore, nitya triptaha. So karma done not for the sake of karma pala. Because it is to be done or it is in keeping with the prarabdha, he does it. But he is nitya triptaha, he is ever triptaha, ever satisfied. Nirashyaha doesn't have dependency on anything, he is free. Doesn't have dependency on anything, he is free from being insecure, free from being unhappy, is happy with himself. Is atma triptaha, atma kridaha, atma ratihi. Therefore, nirashrayaha iti. Karmani abhi pravrittopi, even though he engages in karma, he doesn't do karma. In fact, this shloka is a commentary to Karmani Akarma Eha Pashyet. Explanation of that 1/4 of that shloka. Karmani Akarma Eha Pashyet. Karma, he sees akarma. Being Atma, Akarta, he doesn't do karma. In spite of doing. Karmani Abhipravrittopi, even though he engages in karma, he doesn't do karma. Naiva kinchit karoti. He doesn't do karma. Then what is this karma is doing? It is only a abhasa, karma abhasa, semblance of karma. That with tyaktva is jnanena tyaktva, not physically giving up. Karma pala asangam tyaktva nityatuptaha nirashrayaha san karmani abhi pravrittopi. Even though engages in karma, naiva kichit, he doesn't do anything. Giving up the deep attachment to the results of action. Karma is generally done for gaining the desired, the end, karma pala. But what desire jnani has? Therefore, there is no attachment to the karma pala. He is nitya truptaha, always contented. Nirashayaha, he doesn't depend on anything. He is free, therefore not dependent on anything. Therefore, he doesn't do any karma, even though he engages in karma. He doesn't do anything for self-fulfillment because he has discovered the truth that Akam Atma Sada Purnaha, Sada Nityatruptaha, Nirvikaraha, Santushtaha, Nityatushtaha, Atmaratihi, Atmakridaha. Therefore, he doesn't engage in any action, even though therefore he doesn't do anything, even though engage in action. Even though he engages himself in action, he doesn't do anything. So this is contradiction. Seemingly contradiction is resolved by the understanding that it is possible only through jnanam. He doesn't do anything, even though he engages in karma. Therefore, karmani akarma pashyati. Pashyati, he sees, he has a vision. Therefore, as Atma, I don't do karma. As Anatma, he is not Anatma. As Atma, I don't do karma. Then who does the karma? Karma pala doesn't accrue to this person. Therefore, it is not a doer. It's not a karta. Therefore, it's not a bhokta also. Being a bhokta, therefore, is not attached to the results of action. And he is not the karta. Therefore, he doesn't do anything also in spite of doing. Then why? What does he do? It's upadhi does. Upadhi, being mithya, it does. Upadhi, because of prarabdha vasha, the upadhi does karma. And he doesn't have abhimana with the upadhi, sharirvana sangata upadhi, ahankara upadhi. So they do karma in keeping with the karma pala. The jnani as a sakshi, as a witness, is present. He is present in the action, but he is not overpowered by the karma. That karta abhimana, not there. So not overpowered by the abhimana of being karta. That is why jnanagni dagda karmanam, the kartrutvam, the jnanam is burnt. Aham karta is ajnana. That is burned by the knowledge. Therefore, doesn't do anything, even though it performs karma. That's why we say karma abhasa. It's a semblance of karma, as though doing. It is like a burnt rope. The burnt rope cannot tie the person. The karma which were previously, which were done previously as a karta, bound the jnani, bound the ajnani. But now is a jnani. The same karma he may be doing, but it will not bind him anymore. So what makes the difference? Karma being the same, and the doer also it is same. But the doer has the knowledge. I am the doer, but doer is me, but I am not the doer. The doer is me, Atma, but Atma is not the doer. Previously, Atma is a doer, but now doer is not Atma, but I, the Atma, not the doer. That is jnana. That is a jnana akidagda karmanam iti. Sangha is attachment. Asanga is, sorry, not asanga, asanga. So this you have to be careful. You should not read asanga, with the stroke, asanga. Asanga is opposite of sangha, nanch. Sangha is attachment. Asanga is non-attachment, detachment. Here asanga. That's a deep attachment. Asamantat. Sangaha. Deep attachment. Deep, fast attachment toward the results of karma pala. The wise person has no deep attachment, fast attachment towards the karma pala, the result. Because no one performs action without expecting results. The word asanga is used in this shloka. No one performs action without expecting results. Karmapala manudusya namandopi pravartate. Without expecting result, even a fool will not engage in karma. Therefore, the word asanga is used. The point to be understood here is, jnani doesn't get anything out of a result. The person's welfare is not bettered for bettered or her happiness increased, no matter what the action or result. This is because the wise person has given up all dependence on an attachment to the results of action. All that is given up is one's attachment. That is karma pala asanga. It is not the karma pala that is given up by a jnani, only deep attachment that one has to the results of action. Please note, karma is not given up, and karma pala also. Karma pala, if he comes, is fine. If the karma pala is opposite, that is also fine. It's not attached. That's why we say it is non-binding desires. Jnani also can have desires, but it is different from the desires of an ajnani. It's non-binding. That's why no attachment, no deep attachment to the results of action. Therefore, if the results are not accomplished, you will not worry. There will not be concern, in fact, while doing or after doing also. That's why the karma doesn't bind, the karma pala doesn't bind, non-binding nature. So desire as such is not a problem. When it is binding, it is a problem. And for jnani, it is no more binding. This is made very clear here because the possibility of giving up karma pala is often questioned. The only reason a person performs action is because he or she has an eye for the result of action. That is why we say, without expecting result, nobody will perform karma. Karmanya vadikaraste na paleshu kadachana. That shloka is often misinterpreted, saying that do karma without expecting result. That is not the meaning. That's why we say, even a fool will not do karma without expecting the result. So what is the meaning then? You have karmanya vadikara, your choice with regard to doing, but not to the results. Because the results are with the Lord. This karma paladata is Ishvara. The results are given in keeping with so many other factors, and it is results are given to you by the Lord only, Bhagavan only. So you are not the karma paladata. You cannot command the result, but you have choice with regard to doing. Kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, manyatava kartum shakyam. Free will is there. So therefore, that is that shloka we translate. We have choice over the results of action, not to the karma pala. Choice is there. So therefore, everybody does karma expecting the result. Therefore, there is no not expecting the result, but whether the expectation binds the person or not, that matters. For jnani, it is non-binding. And also, the only reason a person performs action because he or she has an eye on the result of action. So, result of action is implied. It's expected. That's why the person does karma. Even while walking, the place what you want to reach is kept in view. You turn here and go straight there because this is what you want to do to arrive at where you are going. Therefore, where is the question of giving up karma pala? Giving up karma pala means without keeping the end in view, you cannot undertake any type of action. So therefore, how then can this attachment be given up? How can jnani also can be given up? That question comes. If I am not able to reach my destination, why should I not become upset? In fact, this is exactly what happens to people, and that is what we call asakti or asanga. If you are unable to accomplish something and it affects you, then you have karma pala asakti, karma pala asanga. You have attachment for the results of karma. Asakti is if you are not able to get what you want. Suppose there is someone who was always contented, Dityaputtaha, Jnani. For such a person, there is nothing to accomplish. The self being what it is, and known to the person also. And there is no dependency whatsoever, nirashreha, upon any particular karma pala for his or her contentment. From this description of a wise person, we understand that other people do things for tripti, satisfaction, for achieving something out of the action done. If you're dissatisfied with yourself, you undertake something or other in order to do some kind of satisfaction, some self-approval. Then why does a jnani does karma? For self-approval, for some kind of satisfaction? No. Jnani as jnana. Therefore, he does karma giving up the karma pala means not bound by the karma pala. Whatever may be the result is not bound. The result is not going to improve upon him. Cannot improve because he is not dissatisfied with himself. Is nityartruptaha atmatruptaha it is. He doesn't take karma for somebody's approval. So therefore, that's why we say asangaha, that is what is giving up the karma pala. Giving up karma pala, meaning the jnani is dependency on himself. Is satisfied with himself. Atmatruptaha. That's why jnanena tyaktva. Therefore, there is no karma pala asakti for a jnani. Whereas karma pala asakti is there for a jnani, ajnani, because he is dissatisfied with himself. And therefore only he does karma. To remove the dissatisfaction and to get some kind of satisfaction. So there's a difference between the karma, the same karma being done by ajnani and jnani. Jnani does out of fulfillment, ajnani does wanting fulfillment. Even though the fulfillment, complete fulfillment is not possible, not attainable, but wanting fulfillment, it does karma. Therefore, karma pala asakti is there for ajnani, and karma pala asakti not there for jnani. That is why the shloka says, this tyaktva karma pala sangam. That is the karma pala asanga tyaga. Karma pala asanga tyaga is only through jnanam. Therefore, the shloka talks about jnani. Even though he does karma, he doesn't do anything. Karmani abhi pravritto, even though he engages in karma, naiva kinchit karo titaha, he doesn't do karma. We'll stop here. Then it continues. Always contented, always secure person. We'll see next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Dhanyavadaha.